Hey everyone, my name is Sean Cecil from the Oculus Institute, and today I'm going to talk to you about the single biggest barrier that stops people from making changes in their lives. So this video is set up by a little bit of a sad story. I know somebody who is struggling with substance abuse addiction, and in the process of that, it's clear that there's a problem. Everybody knows that there's a problem, and this person seems to want to fix the problem, had seemed open to getting help, but they ran into this wall, and I realized that it's the same wall that most people run into whenever they want to make any kind of major change in their life. Whether it be overcoming addiction or making a major change in your career or leaving a toxic relationship or whatever. Most of the time it comes down to the same giant barrier to change. And that is let me tell the story and it'll be clear. So I as somebody who's, very familiar with the internal work, I was talking to this person. I had a couple recommendations of people I know in my network who are very good at dealing with this. If money was an issue, I offered to help completely for free for what I could do. But what I did say is that no matter who you get help from, if it's actually going to work, we're going to have to dive into really deep internal work. We're going to have to dive into really deep inner demons. We're going to have to deal with the anger that you've been bottling up for so long. We're going to have to deal with the guilt you've been carrying for so long. We're going to have to deal with the fact that you aren't being true to yourself, that you're trying to live in other people's models of what you think that you ought to do, because you think that's what they want. And we're going to have to change your entire model of living, because right now you cope with all that stress through substances. Right now, you have yourself living in a way that's not authentic. You have yourself living in a way that, causes you daily internal conflict, and you just bottle it up, and then it leads to erratic behavior. And to do that, we're going to have to dig all that up, and we're going to have to process it. And that's the only way you overcome something really big like this. And once that came out, there started to be a massive amount of resistance. And eventually it became clear that this particular person wasn't interested in doing that deep internal work. And so I wasn't going to refer them to the experts that I know if they're just going to be a pain and they're not going to do the work. And I can't help them if they're not going to do the work. Not that I'm a specialist in substance abuse at all, but somebody that I know, and I wanted to give them a free option. But it's that same barrier that most people deal with. If you're in a toxic job and you don't want to leave, it's because you have this sense, it's these deep internal demons. It's things like a sense of fear that you're not good enough if you don't make enough money, or this sense that you have to be successful to prove yourself to your parents, or these like deep internal wounds. If you're in a toxic relationship, this idea that you're not worthy unless you're, unless somebody else says that they're in love with you or whatever, right? Even if the relationship isn't, healthy at all. And I've had clients who've been in that position, and even though it's not what I focus on, those kinds of things come out. And at the end of the day, the barriers to change for most people are those deep internal demons. There's those deep childhood traumas. There are these deep inner wounds that have come from the circumstances of their life. And if you don't process that and you don't deal with that, you're going to live in the same pattern over and over and over again. And I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say that it's easy. It's not easy. It's hard as hell. But if you do it, you create this potential for a new life that's better than you can even really conceive of. The things that you've considered to be, daydreaming fantasy become possible if you're willing to scale those mountains. And a lot of people, they think it's all this external stuff. They think, oh, I just need to do this. Oh, I can do it on my own. Oh yeah, I just need to find the right recipe to do this. I need to find the right business card. I need to find the right that. And they think that they're going to get this like external list of check off the to-do things in the world, and that's going to make things better. But the truth is that if you don't deal with those internal things, even if you had the perfect list, you wouldn't be able to follow it. You wouldn't be able to do it consistently. And even if you did, you'd sabotage it and burn it all down. And I've seen that happen so many times. Right? At the end of the day, if you don't do this internal work, if you don't deal with these real internal wounds that have gotten you to a toxic situation, you're never going to be able to create a sustainable, healthy situation for yourself. So I know it's hard to hear, but it's the truth. And that is what I'm here to share.
Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want to learn more about career planning, getting out of a burnout job, or creating a career that truly fulfills you, then I've got a free comprehensive video laying out the process. All you need to do is go to the link below, www.oculusinstitute.com/workshop and sign up to get access to the free presentation. See you on the other side.